Welcome to Advanced Vedic Mathematics course. Phase 2, Week 10, Lesson 64. During this week, our focus is to remain upon Sankhya and Yoga tables of Gita chapter 15, Purushottam Yoga. Purushottam Yoga text Gita 15 is a scripture of 20 shlokas and its Pushpika is of 49 aksharas. This yoga, as we have seen, takes the existence for the Purusha from Khyar Purush to Akhyar Purush, then finally to Uttam Purush. This phenomenon of transformation within human body, Purusha, as Khyar Purush, Akshar Purush, and Uttam Purush, of its own ultimately results into the transformation of the order of Purushottam. This phenomenon, that way, is the phenomenon of happening of transformation within creator's space as dimensional order of 6 space. Parallel with it, happening is within heart, Hirde, the 4th chakra of human body. This is the academic, theoretical, as well as the practical discipline to have appreciation of the Tattva, Gyan, Sabrup. We have to reach at Sankhya, numbers, and Yoga, the Sthapatya geometric formats. The text, as we have seen, is in letters form. It is to be translated into numbers, then into Sthapatya, and ultimately as the space content, full unit and half unit bodies, and then making it a format for of a Sthapatya miring rod as synthetic setup of interval, square, cube, hypercube 4, hypercube 5, and hypercube 6 as the synthetic representative bodies of 1 to 6 spaces. And this format, as we have seen, is the format for having a swapping of 6 space domain. So this is all what is happening with the Surya, within a sun. How the sun as a body is having this format, and how within this format, as a creative dimension, four space as a dimension, there happens a flow of a transcendental content from the orb, as a result of which there happens an explosion at the origin. And these all happenings are there. And now we have to see as to how this organization and the text. So when we will have a text, we will draw a table like this. In the column 1, we will write down the numbers 1 to 20. In column 2, we will draw the total number of words. Then next column will be about the syllables. The another column will be of the letters, and finally we will reach at the transcendental code value. For example, when we will be at the shloka 1, then we'll see its words are 7, its syllables are 32, letters are 75, and the TC value is 309. These features then are to be studied for value 7, which is G3 and 7. This is 2 raised to power 5. This is equal to the structural components of upper quadruple subcubes of 4 space 27, 18, 18 and 12, and finally 309 is taking us to this separation plate of these structural setup of 4 subcubes above and 4 subcubes below, and in between the structural plate it is of value 222. As these are 21, 30, 16, 34, 22, 33, then 24 and 42. This makes 222. This number 222, this has a plate having separation for 8 subcubes, 4 above and 4 below, all happening within a creator's space, and its origin being a transcendental of a solid order, as a result of which the spatial dimensional frame, which is of quadruple spatial dimensions, it gets superimposed by a solid order, making it 3, 3, 3 and 3, as 3 raised to power 4 is equal to 81. And further, as we have seen, this, as a result, it is happening that the transcendental origin is activized, which is H5. It is 4 folds, 3, 4, 5 and 6, summation value is 18. This happening that way, 222, 81 and 18 makes 309. This is the transcendental code value. It is this organization, it is this mathematics which is inherently there in shloka 1. Then from here we have to reach at shloka 2, then up till shloka 6. These 6 shlokas constitute the phase 1. When we say phase 1, that means the creator's space is a space which is of a spatial dimensional order. There are as many as 4 spatial dimensions, and each dimension makes a phase. So when we are up till the first dimension, then it will be phase 1, and it will cover shlokas 1 to 6. Phase 2 will take us up till shlokas 7 to 11. Phase 3 will take us up till 12 and 15, and finally phase 4 will take us to shlokas 16 to 20, and it is this phase which will ultimately take us to a sixth space, as it's all the dimensions of its are complete, and as a result the 5 space will reach at a boundary. It will make a raised to power 6 is to 12 b raised to power 5, and this is parallel with Kher, and this space is having 13 geometries, and so it will take us to Akshar. The number this will take us to a 6 space, is taking us to body hypercube 6, which is 4, 5, 6 and 7, making it 22, and it is Uttam. These things, as these have reached up till this, will take us further to that the essence of the chapter will be that we will be starting with the Bindu Sarovar, that is the orb of the sun. It is 7, it is a pole star, it is Dhruv. There will be flow of 7 streams from here, which will take us up till Ardhamatra, and then we will be finally reaching at, it makes the value 20, 9, 7, 3 and 1. It is the 20. It is the final culmination stage, and the essence will be that this flow from here will take us further to the Pushpika, which is the culmination of the transcendental flow. It is because of the reverse order that this phenomenon is happening, and it is this reverse orientation which is because of the spatial order, and spatial order creates the space, so it makes a Pushpika. It is the Pushpika whose akshars are 49 for chapter 15, and 49 is the value which is the value of Purushottam. This Purushottam as 49 as a yog plus 12 is 61 of value 30 plus 31. It is H8 and small h8. It is this which will help us appreciate that as we had started with the 8 directional frame, as that from its eastern cosmic window, Purv, the transcendental content had entered, and the same is going to the Agni Kone, which is 30. So 8 space. And 8 space we know it is this reversal 7 space taking us to this 8 space. These all features, as these features are, making it as that to have a complete comprehension and to be parallel with this yoga, we have that way to draw tables, starting with table of shloka 1. As we have seen, it has taken us to the words, then syllables. So for shloka 1, we had words 7, syllables are 32, the letters are 75, and TC value is 309. When we will be reach transcendental value, it is 309. Now for shloka 2, we'll see that we will be having as many as 9 letters, 44 syllables, and 300, and going to be say these are going to be the letters are ultimately reaching at these letters numbers will be 380. It is going to be 380 as this. And this is shloka 2. And from here, that way, we have to reach sequentially. This table is to be completed. During this week, we will be reaching at this table. So it is going to be a blissful exercise that we shall take text in our hands and the text shall be translated into numbers and then sthapatya. And before that, the text split shall be as words, then as syllables, as letters, and as TC value. These features for each shloka, starting with 1 and reaching up till shloka 20. These are the tables. Our TCV dictionary as well as the Sthapatya referencer are to be updated, and it is this updating which will further take us to that each word as such is to be taken as subwords, and each word and subword are to be firstly given the simple rendering, the meaning as it is, and with the simple rendering we will reach at their technical meanings, and from technical meanings we will reach at their mathematics formulations. Then we'll take this mathematics